Mm. Have you ever done any original stuff, Rob, or is it all cover stuff you've done?
Not myself. It's all cover stuff. But I've heard some of John's own compositions.
Yeah.
John's the best riff writer in the world.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to get some rehearsals down. Get some more originals in the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to write new material in the future, what kind of sound would you want to bring to the table, John?
I don't know. I mean, years ago probably I would have said, "Oh, just rock." But because I've been playing different types of music for so long, I think I would like to do some sort of more interesting stuff. I'm just basically saying I'm open-minded, really. I mean, I was in an original band a few years ago where I sort of wrote the songs, and it was really good fun. It was sort of like Led Zeppelin meets Hendrix, very riffy sort of stuff. But it didn't last long. But yeah, I mean, to do originals with these guys would be great because we could use each other's skills really well.
Yeah.
I'd love it. I'm a lyricist, me.
Yeah. Well, do you think we would be able to see some kind of rapping going on in the future? If you
Rapping?
Would you bring rapping to the table?
Of course. No, I think I'm a great rapper.
Yeah.
Because I write music as well, but I'm like very lyrical and things I write. To me, it doesn't matter as much about the sound of the music. It's more about the meaning behind it.
Sure.
That's what I think.
Sure. What about you, Rob? What kind of stuff would you bring?
I'm not a composer at all.
No.
Absolutely rubbish at it. I try,
Yeah.
and it just sounds like a mishmash of noise.
Yeah.
So I would rely on the rest of the band for that. Not
Right.
bad at arranging.
Yeah.
You know, I can maybe suggest little ideas. But I really like the funkier, groovier stuff that we play in the band at the moment.
Yeah.
Loving John's funky little riffs on the guitar. That he does.
We've just started. I think we've just started doing a song by Estelle.
Yes.
Called American Boy.
Yeah.
And
That's amazing.
I remember I suggested it ages ago, and I don't think anybody really took to it.
I did.
Until we did it, and then we actually realised it's really cool. It's got a really good funky groove to it.
Yeah. That's a kind of it's like a R&B hip hop kind of pop style thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I guess it's more R&B sort of hip hop funk sort of stuff.
Yeah. So upbeat covers have always been at the heart of the band. So tell us about some of these covers and why they got picked in the final lineup. It must be a fine line to walk, isn't it, when picking covers?
Yeah.
Especially good classic ones.
Well, yeah, it's it's difficult when you're picking songs because you need to pick something that you can do well, but that you can do differently from the original. I mean, if you take, say, like a Whitney Houston song, so many people that do a Whitney, you just can't do it the same as how she did. Recently we did Stevie Wonder, and I was really worried about it because nobody can really follow Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
But we kind of changed it, and the drum beat's different, and it's got kind of like a jazz drum beat going on at the end, and it's if you play it slightly differently but really well, it can work.
Yeah.
So.
I think the tricky thing as well, especially in Cornwall, there's so many good bands down here.
Oh yeah, so much talent.
All doing well. There's a fair amount of cover bands as well, and you've got to be careful not to tread on other bands' toes,
Yeah.
as it were, because I mean everyone wants to do the best music possible. So you've got to be, a little bit careful which tracks you choose in that respect.
Yeah. So obviously you've mentioned the Estelle track, which was out in the charts a couple of months ago. You do a lot of new chart songs along with classic and rock party hits. With doing new songs, you have to practice, obviously. How often do you lock yourself away and run through material as a band?
We're supposed to do it every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We go through kind of phases, like we're through. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, when the gigs have kind of eased off at this time of year, before the Christmas rush, so we kind of do that with practices as well, kind of take a bit of a break, and then we can come back to it, the fresh air.
Yeah.
And and then I mean we usually practice a lot through January, February, March, beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like every week.
Yeah. And I presume all the bands you pick it up fairly quickly if you when you're practicing. How many times would you have to practice a song before you think we've got it?
We usually play it through about 3 times.
Yeah, I mean we try and do one. If we're going to learn a new song, get it nailed in one rehearsal, and then just go out and gig it as soon as possible. Because the best way to learn stuff is to play it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point being at home just listening to the track and working on your own. You've got to go out and play it as a band, and also reading people's responses to that song. You know, there's no point of over-rehearsing only to go out and find people hate that song.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trial period when we try a new song. We always have to sort of look at the audience reaction, because sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes if you don't get the reaction you want, then there's just no real point in carrying on with the song.
And also you need to, like with the new songs as well, that you kind of get to learn really quickly which venues it goes down well in and which venues it doesn't. So there's like certain venues where we'll play a song and we'll just go, we're never playing that here ever again. So it's you need to kind of gig it in all the venues. Kind of.
The thing is, with you as a singer, I imagine you have to get a kind of printout and learn the words, aren't you? Or is it kind of like you just listen to it and you memorise it?
Well, no.
You'd think she would do that, wouldn't you?
Stop it! I'm joking. Do you know what? I've actually retained lyrics really well, but I'm one of these people that I don't know. Since I joined the band, I've always had this lyrics folder with all the lyrics in, because I panic if it's not there.
Sure.
But we had a gig recently and I was late as always, but I'd forgotten everything and I didn't have my lyrics folder, and I went through the gig and I got everything right, and I was like, do you know what? I don't need it anymore, so I don't have it. And I do learn lyrics pretty quick because it kind of in my mind it follows a pattern. It's like tells a story, and I think, oh, that's next in the story, and that's it. So follow like that.
So for you, Robbie and John, do I take it you just listen to it a couple of times and it kind of goes in, or?
Yeah, I mean, similar to Stacey, I've got my notes. I mean, when I first joined the band, most of the tracks I'd never played before. Plus, they were all new arrangements for me, which, the word arrangement means arranging a song into a different order, so I didn't know the way the Vision played each particular song. So I had to make notes for myself, and again, I've carried those notes around since I joined, but I'm starting to look at them less and less the more I play the songs.
Yeah, I'm like Rob, I have my own notes as well, and I'll do a little printout for rehearsal, and depending on the song, I'll have to use that printout for maybe months. In fact, there's one song we've been playing for like a year, and I still have to have my little chord
scrappy
sheet.
Bit of paper it is.
Yeah, scrappy bit of paper. It's a bit
almost throw it away.
But if you see me like looking down, staring at the ground during a gig, it's because I'm staring at a chord sheet.
Yeah. 5-star. Who remembers 5-star? Oh, no one wants to admit it.
What year?
I don't know the year. It was late 80s, I think.
Oh,
wasn't it?
I almost missed the 80s.
I should remember them.
I should remember. But
mid to late 80s, I believe they were.
Oh, that was before. I wasn't born till 87.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe,
okay.
Maybe I was too into my jazz at that point.
Were you? Right. So we were talking about some songs for the list and all. You've got to find that fine line to decide what goes in, what doesn't, what works and what not. Is it fair to say all band members have to agree to keep and throw songs?
Yeah, to an extent. People can be bullied.
I think we have vetoes, don't we? Sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, if somebody really, really wants to keep a song in, I think most of us would compromise.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll usually get to a point where we've played a song so much that we all feel we've had enough of that now. It's time to go, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You happy with that statement, Rob?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their say. So,
yes.
I mean, that's the main thing. It's a democracy, isn't
it?
Yeah. So there's no one person craving creative control.
We all.
There's a pause there. That means someone is there. Someone's in the band there.
We all do. But it's
we've got people that it depends on the genre of the songs and stuff. Really, I mean, some of us might drag our heels a bit more with certain songs. But yeah, no, it's just I don't know. I think. Well, I mean, it's like me, for instance, always singing pop and then coming and singing rock to start with. I was a bit like, so if it's a song we're not really used to doing or we've not really done much of before, it's, a few of us will be a bit apprehensive about it. But yeah, no, it's cool. We just jam it and it's good.
So where do you draw the line on songs, and I use the word carefully, that get butchered by karaoke singers? Tell us why you avoid karaoke songs, maybe some of those songs that you would avoid that's not really fit enough for a band. I'm sure there's many, aren't there?
Oh,
I mean,
my goodness.
Songs I avoid at karaoke just because they're too damned high.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got a really low voice. You're probably best to answer that.
I actually think that songs that are really, really, really well known are not.
They're overdone, aren't they?
Yeah, they're overdone. They're not that good to put in a set.
No.
We usually try and sort of strike a balance between a song when you play it that everybody will say, "Oh, great, it's that song."